Good morning, everybody, and this is your S&P 500 setups for today. So, Google and Microsoft results were out yesterday, and of course the market loved them. So, Facebook they hated, Google they loved, and that's the joys of earnings. And I just want to get, there's obviously a zone here we need to be very careful of. That's it. You can see it's off this pin bar. And then I've just taken this sort of the top of this range bar almost, because it does line up with two other fractals. So the zone that we're in right now is 5100, as we were talking about yesterday, and 5084. And oscillators are technically nowhere at the moment. They are flat. Granted, they have separated and they crossed over for a move to the downside, and then they've kind of recrossed over to the upside. So one of the rare occasions where this pattern doesn't play out. For all intents and purposes, we are in amongst moving averages. You can see all three moving averages are relatively flat. The faster moving averages are starting to point up, but we need them to cross over before we get the confirmation of the change. And then the second thing about this is the trend line, the downward trend line. So you're paying attention, you'll see this does look like an inverse cup and handle. So there's your cup, there's your handle, and at the same time it could also be the start of a bigger channel. So just bear in mind we're running up in a fairly tight channel pretty much all year, if you have a look at this. So there's October last year, and since then we spiked up and then been running a channel for quite some time. So just looking at that weekly, nice big juicy inside bar, not off structure though. So your guess is as good as mine. We have been going parabolic, and this is still parabolic on the weekly. But anyway, let's just get down to the levels we want to be playing today, and nothing more to add to here. Fairly decent inside bar, missed all the structure. So you would have expected us to, we were watching this area at 50.10 and 50.100 obviously, but there's 50.100 there roughly. I just want to check what we missed here. I suppose there was a bit of structure here. You can see fractal. There was fractals at 50.100, but not something that I was looking for. Anyway, let's just move on. Nothing more to add on the 3 hour. The only thing that we need to look at the 3 hour here is we do have the crossover. We got that pretty much yesterday already, and then we bumped our heads now on the 150 EMA. So we need those moving averages to cross over before we get a confirmation of a trend reversal. And it's very typical of trend reversals to be very volatile, like it has been the last, this week and last week. So today there's no major earnings coming out today. I think the next big one will be Tuesday, and that's Amazon, and then we have Apple, which is on next Thursday. So for now, we could argue that this is a fairly decent run, and we should be looking for a move, a continuation to the upside. Now, the problem that I've got with all of this is, again, on the daily here, on the hourly, below the moving averages, massive move down yesterday. I mean, we got falling. What happened? We had non-farm payrolls. We had some data that came out. You'll see it if you watch my forex video. You'll see a lot of chaos there. So no real structure. You can see, even of me lining this up onto the actual structure that we should have been paying attention to, which was 50.01. You can see how we closed below that, and well, I suppose I have spoken about this before. Don't really pay much attention to it because it hasn't really worked out. But that is what I call a Brooks gap. So there's a trader by the name of Al Brooks, very good price action trader, and he calls this a gap. So when price has moved past it, hasn't come back to test the break. So it's the same strategy as what we're using on the fractals. So, that is the break, and we're looking for a pullback to come and test it, which has been tested now. But he treats each bar break as a gap. So when we do this kind of stuff, that's an open gap there. You can see what his argument is, that each bar comes back to test the tail. You can see there it did as well. There it did as well. There it didn't. There it did. There it did. Anyway, so and you can see how price came all the way back. I didn't quite get to there, but did come back to test the gaps. So anyway, that's just something that you always keep in the back of your mind. But that was definitely, let's just call it a zone. It was between 49.92 and let's call it 5,000. We'll look at that on the 15-minute. But for me on the hour, we need to pull back and hold something. And I'm just going to put a couple of levels in here. You see how strong this zone is that we're in right now. So you can see all the levels that we've got here. So the first one is obviously 5100. Then we have 5085, we have 5073, and then all the way down here at 5050. So 5050 for me is still, it's been there for 2-3 weeks now that we keep shooting past it, coming back towards it, then shooting below it. Now we haven't really found support there. So from a bullish perspective, have a look at the 15-minute here. So we were just hovering below the 150 EMA, then pop down with data, double bottom here in the zone, grouping of the oscillators, hindsight being a perfect science, but that was a fairly decent entry, and then we got going, well, grinding to the upside, and then we got the results coming out, and that's what happened there. So I think for me, on the 15-minute side, this is onwards and upwards. The hour as well, since we've got a crossover everything. So I'd be looking, I've been reluctant to be chasing shorts for all week. Really just looking for the break that's going to indicate we have something brewing to the upside. So I have a feeling that is what's going on at the moment. So we've got a few results coming out today, but nothing earth-shattering, no big market cap stocks that are releasing their earnings. So there's a bit of data coming out later this afternoon, which may impact this. But I think for me, you're looking for a move to the upside. So you're looking for either a pullback to 50, 73, 74, or 50, 50. 50, 50 would be ideal. But that would eliminate this entire bar here of earnings euphoria, which was 432 points, or 0.86% move in the market in one 15-minute bar. I somehow don't think that's going to be taken out. So spike range, you're looking for a break and retest of 5100. So price needs to move it back above, come down, test the break, and start giving us our price action that is going to roll. So it'll be inside bars, engulfing bars, pin bars, and we're looking for a long. What we target area that we should be looking for, let's just put, and it's so messy to the upside that I would be very reluctant. You can see there's tails all over the place. Anyway, I'd be very reluctant to hold on to anything. So what you're looking for, let's get back to 15-minute. So if by chance you do get to pull back onto one of these levels, then you're looking for the trade to the upside. Your first target is obviously going to be 5100 again. I suspect you're probably going to break this. You're going to bump your head here at 5110, come back, get your inside bars or your pin bars, and the buyers start coming in. Then The target's going to be 51.33 and 51.50 would be the ultimate target. So that's kind of the view that I've got today. I don't think you're going to drop to the downside, to be honest, but if you do, then you need to pay attention to this 50-50 area. I think that's going to be the most logical zone of support that we're going to find. And then the last scenario that could possibly play out is that we just extend to 51.10 and drop to 50.73, and we just range here for Friday, which is it's also a fairly strong possibility. So welcome to earnings season. This is a proper earnings season, and lots of volatility. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm watching for. If we range, then we just sit back and wait, but if we do break and come back and test, and there's definitely a move to the upside, or even if we pull back to 50-50, there's definitely an opportunity for a long there as well. Hope that helps, and we'll catch up with you on Monday morning. Cheers for now.